everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of the Talos Principle. Last episode... What did I do last episode? Well, I know last episode, at the very end, I was knocked over by a strong gust of wind, and so that is why I've been staring for 24 hours at the ground. Strong gust of wind must have come and knocked me over while my robot batteries were recharging. But anyways, yes, now that I remember, we unlocked the fan. We did number 1, which was quite easy, really easy. Number 1 in the B section, this lovely Egyptian, I don't know what this would be called. It's an Egyptian hall. This is what this is. If an Egyptians actually built something like this, they would have had to build everything by hand. And they had to, a lot of great tricks to put like these giant beams up. So what they would typically do is everything that could not be moved just by hand, they would fill the whole place up with sand. So if they were going to build something like this, they would probably fill it all the way to a giant hill of sand, drag giant things like this on rolling logs, and put them in place. Same thing with the columns, rolling them on rolling logs. They were quite famous. They still are quite famous for their architecture. Although modern Egyptian architecture isn't that famous, as far as I know. But man, they did some crazy stuff. And maybe that's what you want to do with your society. Maybe you want to just leave a legacy that can be removed. We don't completely understand everything about their society. We don't understand what all of these glyphs probably mean, or we probably understand what a lot of them mean. We don't understand what it meant to them to build all of these great things. But we still have these things, and we can say, man, they must have been really motivated to build all this stuff. And it's lasted. Built out of stone. It lasts forever. Anyways, we're going to 2, 3? No, we're not going to 3, we're going to 2. Let's see, where's 2? There's 3, there's 2. There's 1.
I see all. I know all. My power knows no bounds. And yet your will is free because you were made to be free. It is the very principle of your existence, without which the trials of this world would hold no meaning. To seek salvation must be your choice.
So we already know Elohim's full BS because he doesn't see all. He could not see me when I got in the tower. Ooh, an obelisk.
I keep having these dreams. Great empty cities, silent roads stretching for miles, the earth from space, all dark. Not a single light to guide me home. But if someone really came from another world, what would the earth look like to them? A wilderness? A wasteland? I don't think so. Even after thousands of years, they'd see a world shaped by our hand in every aspect of its being. They'd see the cities and the roads, the bridges, the harbors, and they would say, here lived a race of giants. These dreams, they scare me, but they also remind me that we built all of this.
Much of the same sentiment I just said being repeated there. There's actually one of these outcliffs cuttings in Egypt that a lot of them are set for the sun. That's what an obelisk is usually thought to be for, as a sundial. But they have a cutting where it has 5 people, 5 of the Egyptian gods sitting, and it is set so in such a fashion that it only lights up one of the gods during specific times. And I believe the god on the far left is like the god of death, of the apocalypse, and he only lights up, I think, at when they thought the end of the world was, or maybe once a year. But it's really fascinating how well they thought out, how well they were able to track the sun's position and accurately have things lit only at a specific time. But I mean, that makes for an easy watch too. Imagine thousands and thousands of people all needing to know the general time and incapable of doing anything but look at the sun and guesstimate, because no technology existed. You would have to build obelisks that would tell the time for people so that people could meet up. Anyways, to the puzzles. Ancient Egyptian culture and architecture is a fascinating subject, and I imagine most people have been fascinated by it for at least a little bit. We're getting a different layout here. We're in a pyramid, we're not outside. We've got these nice snake, cobra lanterns. I'm convinced there are answers here if we look hard enough. We have to work together on this. Okay, so I get that I'm supposed to retrieve these sigils, I just don't get why. Sure, the loud voice is telling me to, but this world has no context, no purpose, no foundations from which to construct them. Dog. So one guy's named Dog, one name's Sheep, one name's Shepherd. There's 3 right there of related items. Was he really a dog? Interesting. We can't jam these. I think that's a little bit of a flaw. The jammer should work on those. You could have even more complicated puzzles if the jammers worked on those. Connector. Too difficult. It's getting a little bit more complicated. Working its way up again. Often when they make video games, they give levels to programmers, and then at the very end they decide where those levels are going to be. So the story, the order of things, how things are going to work, all of that are going to end up being one of the very last things they do. They just make basic puzzles to start off with and say, can we get this to work? Can we run through all the scenarios so we know it won't break terribly if they do something we're not planning? Alright, we have a fan. I think I've figured out how we do this. And it's pretty cool. I solved that puzzle way too fast, but it was pretty obvious what we were going to do. So think three-dimensionally and you've got the solution right there. We've been trying to jump over fences and walls this whole time. So maybe if I can get the fans working, I can jump even, like, even more stuff. Jump over these walls with items. Pull off some really cool tricks. But we have a new tool in our arsenal with the fan. We're gonna have to see what we can do with it. Here's a L. Might as well. Higher ground. Jammers don't work on that. Who would have guessed? I doubt it's gonna be that simple. What are we doing? I think we're gonna have to run through there and take a look at what's happening over here on this side. There's something back there, almost certainly. I got the keys already. Good. It's a very funny sound. Oh, look, there's the gate. Let's see. I guess someone met their end here. Seems we're all connected somehow. Like distant family relations, different versions, different series. What are we? Epitaph Child Program version 10, terminated here. Worship the designer for blah blah days, then allowed the serpent into his heart. I asked the designer for forgiveness that I may join him in the eternal memory. Samsara. Progeny programs, add, Samsara, and sheep. So faith. Ooh, faith? Interesting. So one with faith was terminated here. And then who cares, just be grateful we don't have to read anything more about our great designer, the Greek. So we're getting like a timeline. Programs add, Samsara, and sheep are based off of One with Faith. And One with Faith was destroyed here. That could not be. Started, let the serpent in our heart, it says. These guys are bouncing off a wall, these guys are bouncing off a wall. If I can take down these walls, I can make them blow into each other, which would be cool. Directly in between these two, it'll blow me up. Didn't prepare enough. Not quite yet. So I need to go ahead and do this. Now when the other air mine comes back the other direction, I'll de-jam this air mine. That will take them now moving in opposite directions. That way I can do a little S-curve around. See? So, just jam this guy. When the other mine crosses its path, I'll de-jam it. Forgot to open this part. Darn it. You know know what's worse than walking through a minefield? Walking through 2 freaking minefields. I'm walking through a minefield twice. So this jammer is needed. And that jammer is needed. Are we sure this jammer is needed? We might have a bit of a problem here if I can't figure it out. Yeah. Let's see. I think I've got it. More complicated than what we were making it out to be. Take this, go through here, jam this, double jamming. Lock myself into this section, but that should be fine. You know what's worse than walking through a minefield twice? Walking through it 3 times. Which gate opened? Okay, there's a gate here. That's not too bad for the exit. Oh, and here's the new Seek Council thing, which I still don't think I've unlocked it. It's giving me no indication that I've unlocked any of that. Maybe it's because I'm doing too well, maybe it's because I'm doing poorly. Ooh, paint. Paint message. Let's see. Elohim lied about the tower. About the tower. I stepped foot into it and returned the tail to tail. Interesting. I am now version 0.0015, so I probably did die 4 times somewhere. B. I'm probably painting myself into a corner. Man on the moon. Very interesting. Let's see. So we can attach the fans to systems. blow me. Potentially messed myself up there. Let's take a look around here. Oops. The thought of putting the block on the other side was probably smart, but detached fan. Whoa! Got some airtime there. Yeah, for a second there I thought I was stuck. One more item and I'll unlock the next thing. Yeah, I thought I made a mistake there, put the block on the wrong side. There was just no way I was ever going to get it back. But then I remembered there were two fans, and they were detachable. So, I guess if you took the fan and you could place it right here, then do that. But it doesn't seem like when you do that, it's going to blow it. Just the fact that there were two was enough to trick me with a small thing. Might as well experiment. Can we take these through here? Nope. Didn't think so. Still trying to learn. Where's the sign? Well, there is a star somewhere around here. I didn't see it. I have no idea. The computer has something to say. Here's what I've been wondering while you were off carrying out commandments. You say that consciousness is some kind of functional system. Arrange bits of matter in the right order and its outspins spring sentience. That's all very well on paper, but if what counts is what something does, not what it's made of, then couldn't you and I design a series of tin cans on strings that qualify as being conscious? Yes, naturally. What a bizarre idea. I'll send you notification when the signposts start complaining. Seriously though, are the tides and the ecosystem sentient as well? Any organized system qualifies? Not any. But, sure. You're quite mad.
Do not think I know not the deceiver slithering through the hidden words. His wisdom is hollow and born of despair. Do not let him tangle you in his webs of delusion. Have faith in me, and his petty illusions will fall away like nightmares in the morning's light.
What? You're quite mad, I'm sure of it. Of course, the alternative accounts are also ridiculous. You'd be forgiven by any reasonable observer for choosing the best of a bad bunch. How consciousness can be so intimately familiar with you and yet so obscure, I just don't understand. Don't mind him, he's just worried that if you ask too many questions, you'll start to see through his shtick. Stick with me and the sky will quite literally be the limit. At any rate, I'd like you to think a bit harder about all this and get back to me. I'm sure there's still progress to be made. So the Milton library system here is also saying don't listen to Elohim. Everybody's telling me not to listen to Elohim. Maybe I should start listening to Elohim. I'm a contrarian. I like to do the opposite of whatever the most people tell me to do. Science magic. Let's see what this is. Practice of evidence of Aristotle, kids soothsayers. Like, pause it here if you want to read it yourself. Weight loss 722. Weight loss blog. Oh man, it's the food, yeah baby. Horribly. I'm gonna have all the horribly unhealthy food. Basically, jalapenos and sour cream. I'm with him. Arcadia Journal. Fascinated by Drenan's project, lovely conversations read the Talos Principle of Greek philosophy, relevance to current situation. Suggested naming Project Talos. Drenan refused, but name seems to have caught on with the team. Tens of thousands of files are coming in every hour. Our whole history. Got like time capsule 18 and we've got 0 through 5. Did we just miss one? Or is one hidden somewhere else? I have no idea what a star is. Maybe when I finally do get admin access I can just like pull up a menu and turn off the clipping. Clipping is where when you walk into objects they stop you. Maybe I can just turn it off and walk through things. That would be great. That would be super sweet. If just after you become the admin, somewhere near the end of the game, clipping's off, you can walk through anything you want. All kinds of other things you can do, like flying enabled. Anyways, we're done with this area. Back to the Egyptian. We are short one item to unlock this, but we've gotten everything. When we look here, we've gotten everything in 1 and we've got everything in 2, and that makes that the end of this episode. I'm going to stand here for 24 hours to recharge my robot batteries, and in the meantime I'm going to ask that you like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos because all of that helps out. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I am at RydoOfAll, RYDOOFALL. Have a good evening.